What is up, everyone? Welcome to the stream. Camera's all good. Oh, yeah. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Hope you had a fantastic week. Thank you for being here. And today we're gonna take it slow. I think I always say we're gonna take it slow, but we are because I'm tired. All right, it's simple as that. I'm just tired. Yep. We're working on our 7 Warriors. Super awesome project that we have going on. We've been working on the wolf, on the mouse, and now we're working on the ram, Mongolian ram warrior. Sorry if you hear some beeping outside. Feels like it's, I think it's a truck going backwards. There's a lot of renovation, construction on where I live. So yeah, sorry, a bit confused. Like I said, I'm tired. So, working on the ram. Last week we worked on the torso, the head, a little bit more of the blocking, general blocking. And today we're gonna work on the legs. I haven't done any big modification, except maybe some broadening the shoulder. Actually, I can show you. So here's where we are right now. So a bit broader than what we had before. And I feel it figures because we kind of want him to be sort of a tank and also a kind of a bruiser type of warrior. So broader shoulders, broader chest. I remove a couple of details that we had before because it was looking a bit ridiculous with the human proportion and all that. So yeah. So yeah, a little bit of changes over here. And now we're gonna attack those legs, which are literally just spheres stretched out right now. And we're gonna make a nice ram legs for him. I believe we can exaggerate a little bit. Just already, just by scaling them a little bit. Let's see, from here. Just a bit shorter, but I want bigger. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, that's the goal today. We're gonna make some nice legs, some nice ram legs. By the way, it doesn't show yet on our little display, but we opened up a Facebook page. I'll just grab that for you. We're gonna make it poppin'. Won't be too long, it's loading. While that's happening, hope you had a fantastic week, and let me know how's your weekend going on, and what are your plans, and let me know what's popping in your life. Alright, so you're gonna see a bunch of stuff on editing our stuff, but doesn't matter. There we go. Can hide this. Alright. Have a nice page over here. So AndyArtistArsenal. AndyArtistArsenal. And you're gonna see our Mighty Dwarf project that we've been going on. And that is the first post we have over here. And be aware of the Kickstarter. It is gonna come out soon. I know I say that every week, but be on the lookout. So please follow the Facebook page, AndyArtistArsenal, and it's gonna be right here. Next stream, it's gonna be there. Yeah. So pretty excited to do all that stuff, and Also, kind of an update, and you have a special sneak peek. I'm not even gonna post this on our new page, so you keep the secret for you. We have some custom base for our dwarf project. Have a nice little snug place. Unfortunately, my camera is still shite, so you won't see the details on it. But you have a little bit of brick texture that you can put each models in there, having a little slot for their foot, and it's going to be a lot easier to place your character on it. Most of the character has some flat foot, but some are just lifting it a little bit, so it might be a little bit difficult to put it on a neutral base. Let's say if I flip it upside down, if you put it like this, it might be wobbly. It's already wobbly. It fell. So a little slot to put them in. And this is also a filament print, so you don't even see all the details, but there's a lot of details on it. And it will be available in the Kickstarter. Will be available for your D&D bundle and also for your chessboard bundle. So all of that will be available for you guys. And now I realize that I have this small camera. So right here. Little piece for you. There you go. You can see it now. There you go. Little piece for your mini. And it's different than just a regular base. Might be more interesting for you guys. Speaking of which, the Kickstarter, we're gonna be releasing that very soon, and I want you guys to be aware that the D&D bundle and the chessboard bundle, the physical bundle, are gonna be super limited. It's the only 10 pledge that's gonna be available for physical print, and that's gonna be a homemade production. Created by yours truly, and yeah, so very limited. I hope you guys enjoy it, and we're preparing a lot of good stuff for you guys. Thank you for being here. All right, on this, let's get started. Gonna bring out the reference that we had last week, and we're gonna make some legs for our little ram. Let's switch the camera right here. Here we go. So we have some inspiration for the legs. So let's get started with this. So I'm gonna isolate them, and we're gonna focus only on them. Grab yourself a little drink, something you need, a little snack. And enjoy the stream. All right, let's get started. All right, so let's grab a nice reference. I feel like this one is our go-to. So yeah. Yeah. Let's start with let's start with this one again. I'm gonna just create the shapes a little bit better. First thing I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna isolate the feet. I'm just gonna keep the legs separate. Oh, realize I did something wrong. Where's the feet? There's the feet. So that's the feet. There we go. Missing the bottom part. So that's the legs. That's the legs with the mistake. Legs. Feet. We're good to go. Alright. Let us begin. So first off, I think I'm gonna go with a Dynamesh. It's getting closer and closer. So, you know what? Since we already know that it's gonna do a nice symmetry, let's just go with one leg. We're gonna work on one leg and then mirror and weld the whole thing. All right. So what have you guys been up to? For me, this week has been a great workout week. Those who don't know, I am training for a triathlon that's gonna be happening in September. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And this triathlon is kicking my butt, and it's the third time that I'm gonna be doing it. On the first one, I did a hour and 36 for the time. On the second one, I did an hour and 46. And I'm the kind of guy who needs to do better every time. Might be a sickness, I don't know. But needless to say, I was proud of finishing the race, but I still wanted to have a better score than my last race. Hence, I am training really hard for this one. And I'm doing it without a coach. And I know I should get a coach, but fortunately the budget doesn't allow it. So yeah, working on that, and this week has been very nice for training. Had my legs cooked yesterday by running a 6K. I'm used to running 5K. And it's crazy how my legs are tired today, and I think it's a good day to rest, stream, have a nice stream, and just relax, doing something that you love. And also, I've been working a lot on the Kickstarter and managing the whole stuff. So it's also the first time that I'm actually at my computer to do some 3D stuff. Except for the base. The base were pretty simple and had a lot of sculpt on it. But yeah. Let me know in the comments if you do any sports that you're really proud of and that it's really kicking your butt. I'm curious to know. So here we have our legs, and I'm trying to just create small forms just to define muscles, also anatomy. Like we have the glutes over here, the bunda, the butt cheeks, and we're probably gonna cover this with a tunic. And right here we're gonna go a little bit more stylish. We're gonna grab, I don't want this one because it has armor, and well, we can see it over here. And I kind of like that pointy stuff, so I think we're gonna grab a little bit of this point. Salma, you got me distracted on my sentence. Hello, how's it going? Hope you had a fantastic weekend once again, back to back, week after week. Soban the legend is right here. Doing good, thank you. I'm doing great, thanks for asking. I'm a bit cooked. Yesterday I went running for a longer distance than I'm used to, for a faster pace than I'm used to, and after a workout. So yeah, I'm pretty cooked, and it's a good day to stream. Good day to stream and relax and get those legs a nice recovery. How did you manage? I just told myself you gotta do it. That's it. You gotta do it. You're gonna have fun, and you just gotta do it. And it was kind of hard because it was part of a what they call a running club. It is the 6 a.m. running club, but they did a 6 p.m. club, 6 p.m. race, and they're in partnership with a local store that's selling supplements for sports. So they were doing this event close to my gym, and I thought to myself, you know what? I need to run a little bit faster than I'm used to, so let's just try it up. Just try it out and see how it goes. And I did manage to finish. I wasn't tracking my time, but I know I was faster than usual. And yeah, met some nice people. They had a little bit of samples to drink, like samples of electrolytes, some gels that are pretty useful when you're running. Keeps you energized, and overall a very nice and very well prepared event. The only thing that I have to say is a lot of people went running without a bottle of water. I had my shake from my container shake, right? This one. I had this, and it might be annoying to run with this, but at least I had it. And geez, it was hot yesterday. It was humid. It was sunny. It was like, I don't know how much it was, but I think it was close to 30 to 35 degrees Celsius. I don't know what the hell is in Fahrenheit, but yeah, it was smoking hot, and ran faster at first, then I went slower. Then at one time I even walked for like 1 minute, or maybe half a minute, because I really wanted to do it in one go. Obviously we had some stops, but yeah, it was pretty good, pretty intense. Honestly, it's important to have water nowadays. It's very hot. Yeah, it's crazy. Like here, it's super hot, and I didn't see people like running and having some, what they call it, a heat wave. I think that's the term. But I remember one time I went to a karate class, and it was an exam. So they were doing their exam to pass on to the second belt, and I was just spectating because it was my brother passing an exam. And a guy literally passed out because it was too hot. They didn't have water, and they were like in the old school mentality of karate to like not having water during your exam. It's kind of stupid. Kind of get it. I gotta get it. You gotta be tough to be a karateka, but I mean, in the end, if you can't finish your exam because you like dehydrated, what's the point, right? So yeah, so he passed out for like, he fainted, not passed out, fainted. and like it was a heat wave that caught him. Crazy. And I just stood there and like, I bet, holy smokes. Um, the guy just passed out, and that's it. Like nobody, well, everybody rushed to help him, but which is crazy. Yeah. And lately, I've been drinking a lot of coffee, trying to get my focus on Kickstarter, other project, and I feel like I'm getting dehydrated, and also the heat is getting me dehydrated. So it's important to drink, people. Drink some water. If you're doing some workouts, bring some electrolytes with you. And if you're sweating a lot, bring some electrolytes with you. I tend to just start my workout and I'm already sweat dripping, so yep. I have a lot of electrolytes with me. Alright, so that's that. So we have a nice leg going on. I think it's showing it's promising. Let's add something in between just not to have this crack going in. So we're gonna go ahead and append a sphere. That sphere, we're gonna place it just at the bottom right here. It's gonna be kind of the hips and tail. I'm gonna just move that a bit further so we can merge it with our ball. And I think we're just, yep, just gonna merge it. I'm gonna place it first and I'm gonna merge all of it together. What's popping with you, Selma? You got any plans for this weekend? Trying to reach for a tail. You know what? I think we're gonna go a little bit of improvise. I'm gonna go with this tail right here. And let's grab our snake tool, snake hook. Yeah. Oops. Yeah. Nope. Kind of want just. Yep. You know what? Let's just bring it together. There we go. There we go. That's better. Might be, like I said, might be hidden with a tunic of some sort. And get the legs over here. That goes over the hips. This merge down. And Dynamesh. Wobbleski, we got our bottom parts all Dynameshed up. Yeah, other fun fact, I've been having a lot of fun swimming lately. Been doing this this program that I found online with the website called Swim Dojo, if I'm not mistaken. And it's really fun. Been practicing my my swimming skills. Also, I need to get faster. Yeah. Overall, having a lot of fun with this training this year. And I hope I beat my time by a good margin. Trying to aim for 1 hour 30. I'm enjoying the content. Thank you. There we go. So that's that. Oh, that was a bit weird. Let's make it. Let's have a better flow with this one. Thank you very much, Soma. I hope you're having a great day, and also I appreciate the fact that you're here every week. There we go. So that's that. It's gonna have some volume, and maybe we're gonna remove this temper. Actually, you know what? Let's remove it already. I already have an idea what to do. We're gonna isolate it. So I'm gonna grab. I'm gonna mask it. I'm gonna mask the whole tail. Yeah, and we're gonna split mask points. Gonna dynamesh again. Here we go. So that's our bottom, and that's our tail. And our tail, we will probably modify it afterwards. All right, so he looks pretty beefed up, so I think that's good. We're gonna work on the little sabot over here, and I'm thinking. Yep, we're gonna go over here, and we're gonna use our clip tool. Actually, our slice tool. We're gonna go like this. I'm gonna go like this. Like that. And just a bit closer. I'm gonna grab. I'm gonna remove the lines. I'm gonna grab the green. Grab the orange. Reverse the whole thing. Wait. No. Delete hidden. And from here, I'm gonna dynamesh. Nope. I need more resolution. I need more. You know what? It's not letting me do what I want it to do. What if we go with dynamic? Yeah, I think we're gonna go with the little tool of pass. Here we go. So we're gonna go like this. I'm gonna apply. And I'm gonna reach for everything outside. This is considered outside. This is considered outside. This one too. And this one too. Nope. I want this one. All right. So now we have outside and inside. So with the inside, we're gonna scale down. And if I did my thing right, that's pretty much what I want. Just gonna mask it. And put it that way. And now, if I dynamesh the whole thing, I don't know why I'm increasing the... What the hell? Just give me a second. So... There you go. And if we dynamesh from here, there we go. There we go. That's pretty much what I wanted. Now we have that little crack going in. Just gonna move it forward. Now it's too perfect. We're gonna adjust it. And actually gonna bring some reference back right here. So we can base ourselves on this one. A little bit flatter than curvier. I think we're gonna reduce the resolution because it's getting out of hand. Bring down the crack just a bit lower. And from here, we're gonna sculpt a little bit. It's gonna remove a little bit of mass here and there, just so make it organic, not just like it's a sphere. There we go. I think that's enough. And mirror and weld. We might have to flatten the whole thing, but for blocking, we're pretty good. That's our blocking for our RAM. Now we can modify the hands, and I think it could be a nice way to show you guys in stream how we can make some interesting hands. So I'm going to switch that, and I'm going to go with another reference, our anatomy reference, the one we use for all the body parts. And I'm going to go to hands. Oh, give me a second. I have a delivery going on. Be right back. Alright, sorry about that. We had an unplanned delivery happening. Alright, so I think we're gonna grab this kind of hand right here. But I kind of want like a chubbier hand. So you know what? Although these hands are very nice, we're gonna grab another one. And I think we're gonna go with forearm wrestlers hands. that what it's called for? Arm wrestling. Arm wrestling. Forearm wrestlers. Arm wrestling. Won't be too long. You know what? Brian Shaw hands. There we go. That's a nice one. And if you don't know who Brian Shaw is, he's a power lifter, strongman. I think he'd done it all. And he's freakishly huge, so we need his hands for this guy. Alright, so first thing first, I'm gonna delete the fingers. So I'm gonna slice this part over here. Slice this one. Slice here. I think we're good with that. All I need is this. Delete hidden, and we're gonna close hole. That's it for this part, and now I'm gonna create a finger that we're gonna duplicate. And there's an easy way to do that. I'm gonna duplicate the hand. All I want is initialize a cube. Cube with 1 resolution everywhere. That's our cube. All right, so cube, we're gonna go a bit longer. And you gotta imagine this as a finger. Yeah. So a bit narrower, just a bit, because when Brian Shaw has like really thick fingers. I have like thick fingers also, but I feel like my hand won't fit our character really much. So from here, we're gonna Q mesh this top poly. I'm gonna select I want this, and I want lasso. So that's that, and I want a lasso over here, making sure the pivot point is right here, and I'm just gonna turn it just so we can have a natural bend on our finger. And from here, I'm just gonna extend a little bit more. No, actually, a little bit less. And here we're gonna Q mesh once again. Just gonna change the color. I want this masked. I'm just gonna bend it even more. Here I'm gonna Q mesh. Change the color. And I'm gonna scale down this I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna extrude. Same as Q mesh, it's just it won't fuse if you go inward. Actually, like this, I think I'm just gonna mask it. Go over here. That's what I wanted. It's gonna go like that. All right. Well, that's our finger, folks. No, not really. Give it a second. All right. So from here, I'm gonna use a different technique that I saw Abe do. Same guy who does the courses online, and he has a YouTube channel. So insert a sphere as the knuckle, and I was really curious to see how it works. Just gonna put this like that. Just gonna put another one over here. So that's that. From here, I want to subdivide, but I think I'm gonna remove some geometries from these guys right here. Because otherwise it'll clash a little bit too much. Like that. These one too. Kind of looks wonky, but it's gonna work. It's gonna work. It's just a foundation, so let's dynamesh the whole thing. Mirror and weld, and yep, let's work from that. No, actually, divide one time, apply, delete lower, and now dynamesh. So here I want the little crease of our fingers. And here we want the little chunk, and I feel like our spheres was a bit too big. So let's remove some volume over here. Let's create that little divot for our bones. What I'm going to do here is just create a little separation for the phalanges. Slowly gonna become a finger, don't worry. Smooth everything out, sometimes it helps. And as always, you can always use your own hands as a reference. You can always see better on yourself and some pictures. Just for a beginning, just for the start. Hey, hey, hey! We have our little intern who just woke up. I don't know if she wants to say hi. Nope. She's pretty focused on watching outside. Alright, so slowly getting there. Having our fingers close to be done for the blocking stage. Just gonna remove this knuckle. Feels like it's surrounded by fat. And I mean, yeah, I get it. He's a strong man. He needs to eat, but I don't think he has that much fat around a finger. There we go. Do you guys ever realize how strangely a finger resembles a poop? Crazy. Not really, right? But yeah, I feel like every time I'm doing a finger, it looks like a poop. Look at that. Look like. Oh boy. It looks like a poop. Alright, so that's pretty much the blocking that we need. Of course, there's the whole fingernail thingy. Now this finger is super huge, so first off, let's put our anchor point right around the knuckle. And scale it down, 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 down. See what I mean? Like, poop. Alright, so I'm 31 years old, folks. Alright. Let's go over here. Place it where we need it. Alright, so that's good. I think it's even the perfect orientation. Right rotation and all that, so we're good to go. Just gonna bring the fingers right around here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to align it with these lines right here. So let's see if I can highlight them for you guys. Like these ones over here, that one over here, that one right around here. Basically all the ones that are in the middle, I'm gonna try to align the finger on it. So using the line of sorry about that. Using the line of our z-axis rotation, just gonna place them right along that line. I do want to make sure that it also fits the hand itself. So let's test it out with a second finger. Now these ones are This is the middle finger, which is the longer one. So this one over here, we can see that it's the tip is the tip of the index is reaching the bottom of the fingernail. So for this instance, we're gonna go a bit the same right around here. Same goes for this one. Let's check if that makes sense with our character. If his hands is if the fingers are too long, I think it fits very nice. So over here, the tip reaches the middle of the fingernail for the ring finger, right around here. Feel like it needs a little bit more curve. Something like that. And I think for our other ones, we're just gonna auto groups. I'm gonna grab this one. I just want to rotate rotate it. Have a better alignment with the knuckle over here. Lastly, our little pinky. This one over here. So now this one over here, the tip of the pinky is reaching the crease of this phalange in French. It goes over here. And let's scale the whole thing because we can see that even thickness is smaller. But I think it's just a bit too small. So just a bit and shorten it. Just a bit more. I think we're good with that. Now it is a bit too upwards. Rotate it on the Z-axis. Just want to align it a bit better. And here we go. Now we have our 4 fingers. Jeez, I don't know what's happening. Give me a second. Alright, I'm good. I'm gonna bring back to the all-one mask, and we're gonna create the thumb. So the thumb over here, we're gonna duplicate. Bring the pinky right around the thumb. And right around here. So if we look at our other reference over here, we can see that the thumb reaches just a bit higher the first part of the index. So let's try to imagine that if his hand was closed. Like this-ish. So a bit like that. Just need to rotate back to where we were. And I'm gonna give it more thickness. Just shorten it a bit. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna grab the move tool and just the first part of the thumb, meaning this one, we're gonna stretch it out. And it might be a good idea to hide everything else except for the hand and the fingers. Now we have a hand that it is more pleasing to see than the one we had before. Now with all this stretch and squish, we gotta readjust the thumb endpoint the tips over here. And this one goes like this. And this one goes a bit further. And we're gonna dynamesh the whole thing. There we go. That's looking pretty good. We have a nice hand. Now it's time to merge down. And now the tricky part is to have enough resolution for us to being able not to merge too much of the fingers. See, we don't want this. We're gonna go way overboard. Some minimal stuff over here. But what we can do actually is I think I'm gonna isolate them and move them a bit further apart. Like that. Because we can always keep the groups separate. You know what? Let's try it. Let's try it. So like this. But what happens is inside over here, you have this thing going on, and you have geometry inside the mesh, and that's not good. Because remember, we want to 3D print this thing. And if we go again, we still merge this part. So here, grab this one, mask it. Oh, this part over here. So far, it's this one having a bit of a problem. This one. Just gonna rotate out a little bit more. And I'm gonna do the same for the pinky. And let's see if we can dynamesh. Here we go. Oh, no, wait. Dynamesh. Yes, sir. Very good. This one I can allow it. Smooth everything. Now it's time to bring out the forms. So we have the knuckles. We're going to do a little ball for each little knuckle. Accentuate the ball for each one. I'm just gonna add a little bit more mass over here. And let's place ourselves on this one over here for the inside of the hand. You can see the thumb over here is connected, going close to the wrist. Go a bit further, like that. Have a better image. So, smooth everything over here. All right. Now we can exaggerate also the fat levels of the hand because we're 3D printing, and it's important to see the lines on our print. So that's why I'm gonna go with here and create that crease we have, and put a little bit of meat into it. Here for the knuckles, we have a little bit of a caving in going. And let's go back to our reference of Shaw. So Brian has a huge thumb. You even have that little, I don't have that much. Like you see when he has his hand like flat, that little little bone you see, I don't have that much of a it's not showing as much. But this one kind of shows a lot. So we're gonna make it the same way he has his hand. God damn, sorry about the whole mumbling. It was very hard for me to finish that sentence. Alright, so we need a little bit more knuckle. And I think overall a little bit more thumb. More thumb. More thumb. There we go. Alright, so the thumb is looking good. It's the rest of the fingers that's looking skinny right now. So let's add a little bit more mass into it. There we go. Here you always have these little valleys, we can say. This is actually our bones showing through our skin. And for me, they're not showing a lot. 'Cause I don't know why. I think I have childish hands. It's crazy. It's like I have a big hand, small finger. I always tend to go a bit more with the reference like these, where you can see the veins and the bones. In our case, we're using Brian's hand, and we can already see this bone over here, this one over here. We have a little bit of veins. We have this. So try to follow the reference. And Dynamesh once more. And now we have a closed hand also. That's going to be helpful when it's time to 3D print. And I want to try something different this time. Not only I'm using arms and legs separate, but I kind of want also the hands to be separate, and we can have different poses for the hands. So one holding the weapon, one without holding the weapon, one with a fist, one with open hand. Might be cool to have that in this project. So over here, just gonna create a little bit of fat over here. I know we don't see it on the picture, but pretty sure it has that lateral crease. How's that looking? How's that looking with our full character? We gotta remove paw from this scene. So that's that. Feel like the hand is a bit too huge. Yet again, I feel like... Let me see. Let's remove just the arms. I feel like it's the arms that's not big enough. I'm just gonna bring the wrist closer to the hand, making that forearm a bit shorter, but thicker. Yeah, I feel like it's pretty good. And now mirror and weld. There we go. Looking pretty good. Huh? Huh? Pretty good, pretty good. Just remove this. Yeah. Looks like a beefed up ram right here. Alright, I feel like his chest is a bit too small now. Like literally the pectoral part, not the torso. I feel the torso is just the right amount of the right size. It's just I feel like his chest is too small or too high at least. Let's bring it just a bit lower. Yeah, I feel like that's a bit better. Yep. Yep. All right. That's the blocking of our ramp. Important to see if he matches still the style that we have. So let's bring paw as our reference. Now paw has been scaled down just because I did a unify with the Zbrush. So I'm just gonna want to see over here. He's 45 height. I'm not sure which was it. Yeah, I think he's the proper height. I think it's the ram who has been scaled up for some reason. So yep. So what I'm gonna do, yeah, it's scale paw a bit. Let's put it close to the line, and paw was just a tad shorter. Just a tad shorter again. Alright, so now that, and from here, everything relative. First thing I want to do is masking, clear, and I want to apply the last action to all subtools. Yes. That way, if there's one tiny little thing that's masked, it'll be it won't be affected with the next move. So here we want the height of 45 and resize all subtools. Here we go. So it didn't change, but we have the proper scale for the RAM. There we go. So that we can place it back down right around here. And I feel like he's matching more now than what we had previous week. And we can even bring Tooth. So let's bring out Tooth. Translate. Tooth. Tooth block out. Merge visible. And we're gonna bring Tooth in the picture. There you go. Oh yeah, it's gonna look insane. Having all these characters together interact with each other, it's gonna be cool. Oh yeah. Alright. So let's bring back, this goes there. And Tooth is gonna be deleted. And we're gonna hide paw. Grab a little bit of sip of water. Yeah, I think it's gonna be time. Kind of I think I'm considering maybe starting the clothing on this guy. I think we're gonna do that. I don't know, we're not done with the legs, but I'm gonna do that off camera. That's something interesting for his design. So pure ref, we had this nice inspiration, and I kind of like the fact that he's gonna have some fur on the side. Could be cool. And we have the swords over here. All right. He even has a RAM logo over here. All right. So let's start with maybe some braces. Why not? You know what? No, let's start with a bit more of the chest. So I feel like we're gonna start with that. So here, what I'm gonna do over here is I'm gonna hide everything. I'm gonna put this chest, put the arms. I'm gonna do merge visible, and I'm gonna pen what I just merged. And now with this, I can mask all of it, pretty much. Let's mask all of it. Yeah, let's mask all of it. And I'm gonna extract 0 and accept. I don't know why the hell that I did that. I'm just gonna use that. And that's gonna be my shirt. What the hell? Alright, so bringing everything back except paw again. Now that I have a duplicate over here, I'm just gonna move this on another screen. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna cut this. Oops. Cut this like that. Mirror and weld. And I'm gonna inflate by 5. maybe another 5. And from here, I'm gonna add Dynamesh. And Dynamesh more. And now we have our shirt. Just gonna cut this part over here. You know what? Can do a little bit of a V-neck. Mirror and weld. Because remember, we don't want it to be empty, so it's this. There we go. So I'm just gonna smooth this part over here. That's just gonna be underneath, and we're probably not gonna see all of this shirt. So we can slowly build layers of clothing on him. So we have that V-neck over here. I think it's gonna be thinking of the design itself. I feel like it could be nice to have not so much of a heavy armor on him. Yeah, I think something so we can see a little bit over here. Let's put a shoulder pad around here with braces. I'm thinking having some straps like that, and basically having this shirt like just the shirt, so he's so confident that he's not gonna get hit in the middle. Or maybe that shirt and we have some yeah, I think that's it, some plate over here. Yep, we're gonna do that, and some straps on top. All right, so let's start with just the shirt so far. And a nice lefty trick, you remove the symmetry, grab over here. Oops. That I'm just gonna remove from the back. Just gonna bring this right around here. Make the illusion that one is on top of the other. Something like that. There we go. Here we're going to use our standard. Just give a little bit more thickness over here. And from here, let's create a little bit of a chest piece. So going back to our torso, we're going to grab this part. Yoink. Yep, that's pretty much it. 0, extract, accept. Now we have this part over here. I'm gonna slice this part. Just gonna use I'm gonna slice this part over here, and I'm gonna group split. From here, we can do a dynamic with some thickness without any subdivision. Just a bit less. You know what? Let's inflate it first. And then we'll go with that. Oh, what the hell? I skipped a couple ahead. I'm going a bit too fast. Give me a second. So here, half symmetry is zero mesh before everything. Zero mesh again. Zero mesh. And I'm gonna cut this part off. And now we can inflate by 10 and give it some thickness. 0.2 would be good. Accept, apply. It looks ugly, but don't worry. Yeah. And polygroup like that. And now we polish by groups. What I'm gonna do here is this little pink one. First of all, auto groups. Then I'm gonna grab just the blue one. Scale it down like so. There we go. We have a first layer of the chest plate. And here, what I'm gonna do is do the same thing a bit with the curves. Gonna stop myself to this line over here. Grab a nice color. And I'm gonna polish until we can have a flat. There we go. Something like that. So smooth it. And we have the other part, which is the back. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. I'm gonna keep just the part over here, and let's zero mesh the whole thing. Inflate by 10. And let's give it a thickness of 0.2. Whoops, 0.02. bring this over here. Apply, and from here, all I need is these ones. There we go. That's just our foundation for our armor plates for the chest. Kind of a corset action over here. I'm gonna bring some straps, hold the whole thing together. Yeah, and we can have like a big furry stuff on top. Yeah, I feel like a big furry coat just around here, around the neck, going like close to the shoulder pads. Yeah, I think we're having something. So here, what I'm gonna do for the shirt, I'm just gonna zero mesh the whole thing. I'm gonna zero mesh, but I'm gonna do one little thing beforehand. I'm gonna queue and save the history of this, and I'm gonna project the history afterwards. Not so much worrying about the details. Because I'm gonna project them. It's not the best projection we have so far, but it doesn't matter really much because we can do it again pretty fast. There you go. That's that. Now for the tunic, and we can have a little belt going all around the chest and having somewhat of a tunic that covers over here, and we can have also on the side some of these panel that could be interesting. Also, we can have that fur thing. Yeah. So I'm gonna just do a little bit more details on the legs. And I think that's gonna be it for the stream afterwards. Alright, so here I'm gonna Dynamesh. No, I'm gonna zero mesh. Gonna project the history though, so I'm gonna save that. And oh no! No way! Oh god! Ah. I gotta say, I haven't saved once since we streamed, but I've been letting Zbrush quick save, so we're blessed with that. Yeah, boy. Sometimes you gotta leave those quick save. There we go. Oh well, we lost the plate. We lost the plate, but you know what? Let's save. Oh boy. Alright, let's do some legs. Alright, boy. Yeah, well, it happens. It's not the end of the world. Alright, so let's subdivide and let's create some details on the legs. First off, I'm gonna go just on the second level or on the first one. Yeah. Redefine a little bit the shapes that we had. Now I'm also gonna be thinking about the fur. I'm gonna create a mass over here just to help me guide my muscle anatomy. Checking my leg because I'm always confused sometimes for the quad. For this muscle over here. Obviously, I don't want it to be too human. Go. I'm gonna have some directioning fur right here. I need to fill that little flesh over here. Yeah. I think I'm gonna get myself a second coffee after this. Okay, so that's that. Now I really like this kind of shape for the fur, so I'm really keeping in note this. And yeah, think we're gonna go with, just gonna finish up the forms of these little muscles. Little muscles. And from here, I'm just gonna help myself and create some division of fur for this part over here, close to the feet. Go one subdivision more. I'm gonna start making some fur shapes. Actually gonna go with the move tool and grab some of these division I just did. There we go. There we go. Just gonna do that one from the first one. There we go, that's good. That's cool. I like this. This is the base of the fur, and we can always use some alphas or some IMM brush to accentuate the fur. For now, let's just focus on these ones. That kind of feels weird without the rest of the leg furred out. So let's start furring it out. You know what? I think I'm tend to not use the layer tool enough. So let's create a layer, and also let's create a morph target. And these tools are very powerful, but I tend to not use them enough. And if you don't know what they do, is pretty basic. So the layer, it's pretty easy. Whatever I do over here, if I untoggle it and I hide it, it removes it. So if I toggle it back and I adjust the level I want, that's very powerful. And you can even go negative. So for details such as fur, it's really useful. And yeah, so that's a way to control without messing up your foundation. So I'm never learning this lesson. Yep, nope, never learning that. Should save. Yep. And yeah, the morph target is now that I created a morph target, I can go to morph, and it'll go back to where my morph target was. So it's pretty useful, again, with details, because you're not missing anything out. And instead of going backwards and doing a bunch of Z-remesh, Control Z, you just use your morph target and it'll go back to where you saved it, pretty much. I'm a bit too low on resolution, but it doesn't matter, just creating the forms of the fur. I want these ones to be a bit puffy, maybe a little bit less around the ankle, a little bit more over here, and a little bit more over here. So these ones, no. So I want every time there's a joint a little bit less of fur, except for this pointy stuff. This pointy, it's gonna be a bit like this guy over here. Well, you can see over here it doesn't have any fur on it, but I kind of want just a small hair. And it's crazy, Soma. I just saved, like I just stored the history of our work, and it's nothing. Like it's like not even 1,000,000 polygons stored, and it just crashed. I don't know. Sometimes Zbrush is weird. But the lesson has to be learned. You need to save. You have to save your work. Alright, so here. And I think I'm going to use also a nice brush that I have. It's not here. Let me just brush here. This one. I really love this one. This one has some nice feature on it, so something like that. I think I'm gonna use them afterwards, but it's a nice, nice brush. There we go. Nice puffy hair, a bit stringy, I gotta admit. So let's merge some of them together. And this one also, just adding a little bit more curvature, because once they're too long, they tend to look weird enough. There you go, something like that. And let's try with this one just afterwards. See, like something like so. We can use this one. Do something interesting like that. We can use our morph target. I kind of don't like. See, and the fact that I'm using the morph target, it's going back and it's kind of erasing what I'm doing. So instead of carving it, I can just go back to where I was. Yeah, I think it's gonna look nice. Just gonna push it back because I feel like we lost a bit what we had. So here. So I kind of like the fact that we have that muscle definition over here, and now we lost it with all the fur. So I feel like I went a bit overboard. So here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually delete what we just did. I'm gonna delete the morph target. I'm gonna go a bit all over again. I feel I'm just gonna use this one instead. Yeah, I feel like it's cleaner, it's nice. Well, I just subdivide also, but I feel like less is more. And a good thing we can do is in brush modifiers. Is it variations or multi-mesh selector? Yeah, multi-mesh selector. So this one is going to go a bit random. Every time I let go. Like this one looks perfect right here. There. This one also look very nice. Like that. I feel like this one could serve more around here. This one over here. Alright, so here now I just want to use just one more. Try to have a small even line like that, and I'm gonna go with the morph target. Oops. With the morph tool. What the hell? I had. Oh. There we go. Just gonna use small stuff of the morph target. so it doesn't look too much of a bubble. Just gonna blend this like that. Just blending it with our legs. Gonna save. And here I'm gonna use Dam Standard and go a bit freestyle on making some little lines. So we can understand that this is fur. Right? And we can even go on the opposite side, holding Alt to make those little peaks. Yes, sir. That looks way better. I think I'm gonna continue on off stream. That was a bit of a slow day, but we got through it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for enjoying the stream. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And be aware of the Kickstarter coming in soon. And don't forget to go on to Facebook. Thank you for streaming. Thank you so much for being there every week. I appreciate. And yeah, I'm gonna see you next week.